Yo, welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Welcome to the Nightly Strange, ladies and gentlemen. We are your hosts, D-Mac Uno.
Rozzy the champ.
Stanley.
Kilo Keys on the track.
And welcome to another exciting episode. How are y'all doing today?
Hey, I
Shit,
can't
smooth.
complain.
Smooth as fuck, making one of the best beats I ever made in my life right now.
For sure.
Ooh.
Oh, you sound inspired.
I am. I almost didn't come. I was like, man, bye.
Yeah.
Like my folks like that. I ain't finna flake on them.
That's all good. It's all good. I feel you, man. Like I'm back to writing music myself. Took the kids to the studio, got a little inspired, wrote like did 6 songs. I was like, let me get back with this pen game on. Because it's like riding a bike. You kind of forget it first. Like my first rap is just like, fuck you, I'll eat your babies. But I calm down, I calm down.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I know.
While I have not been rapping, I have really been, and maybe this is what you're talking about, the change, but focusing on trying to express some gratitude and stuff like that. I realized that it's real easy, especially for me, mental health, right? I'll put it all out there. It's something that I kind of struggle with from time to time. So
Same.
Putting some things to paper and expressing some gratitude is a great reminder sometimes that, still got life, there's still some things to celebrate.
Gratitude. I'm glad Rozzy can join us here from digital jail, sir.
Yep.
You are always in digital jail. Out of all of us, I mean, I know I'm not, but I feel like you always got a story how you're in digital jail.
Yeah.
Somebody don't like you.
Oh, yeah.
You could do to Mark Zuckerberg.
Man, shoot. I'll tell you this much. The first time I went to Facebook, first time I remember going to Facebook jail, I said to a friend, shoot, man, shoot.
I hate this nigga.
And then all of a sudden, boom, I get arrested. I go to jail. I'm like, for my personality, goddamn. And then the recent time was I was watching this wrestling match, right? I mean, it was a dude in the female wrestling, right?
Yeah.
It was a female ref. She slaps the wrestler because she just gets tired of this dude's shit. And at first I said, damn, that was a better slap than Will Smith. Had her rolling. And then I proceed to keep on going. And I was like, beat him like you owe your money. In the Robin Harris voice, I get locked up.
Yeah. I've only been in Facebook jail once, and that's when I tried to I was messing some guy and it made me change my name. Because they used to say D-Mac Uno, and then they're like, "Well, you got to prove that's your real name." So I went online and I bought a fake birth certificate.
Oh my
I think
God.
I remember that shit.
And I was like, "Yeah,
That
my
is
name,
so scary.
my name was D-Mac Esquire Uno." Like, but they didn't accept it. They're like, "No, we need your ID or whatever." So, but I've been in Twitter jail before, like, because I said something to Sarah Silverman, and it's crazy when you go to Twitter jail. Twitter just pops, it lights up. It's like the best time on Twitter because you can still see everything. You're like, man, this thing's popping, but I can't comment on nothing. But
can you still like things? Or no,
you can't see anything. No, you can only see things.
Observer.
Damn, you all right?
You can't see shit.
Damn, you all right over there, COVID? You still dying?
Oh no.
He caught the Facebook jail blues.
Yeah, right.
Facebook blues, jailhouse blues.
I mean, y'all should make a song about Facebook jail. Shit.
We need to put Zuckerberg and maybe some of them. I feel like it's part of their fault that what's happening with TikTok and all of that. I feel like it's these big tech companies, the Google, the Twitter, trying to come after the social media that people are actually using right now.
Well, yeah, they're trying to pass a law now. They're trying to make the TikTok act, but they want to control it because people they want to put false information up there. They want to talk bad and just do all kind of stuff, and they want to regulate it because it hurts their feelings that they can't control it. But I mean, just make something new. I can understand TikTok because it's run by fucking the Chinese and shit, but oh well, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? People are addicted to it.
I'm addicted to it.
I don't be on TikTok. I just watch the videos on Twitter.
Yep. Or Facebook.
I sent something to Kilo. I think I sent it to Rozzy too. But it was like this thing, and it was like a video game controller, right? but you could put your phone on the top, and it had a little thing to jack your dick off.
I ordered 3.
Yeah.
Dudes have the strangest gadgets. I tell you what.
I know, because you guys got that damn rose.
Yeah. I can't just walk up.
It's always out of stock. I'm trying to be able to hype.
Women can basically
prank caller.
Women can basically sleep with whoever they feel like. Like, I can't just walk up to some girl and be like, nice shoes, want to fuck, she's gonna slap me. But if I got that little controller,
actually, you can, but that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Unless you play it right. You gotta have some good. You gotta know how to talk.
Yeah,
it's a fine line, right? Between I mean, she said no, but did she? No, I'm just kidding. Don't follow that advice.
No, don't follow.
Don't follow that.
Don't follow that.
No means no, and that's for everything. No means no.
No means no. I saw that in Barbarian. He was like, she said no, but I mean, I convinced her. And I was like, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you at least got to try to talk her out of her draws before you try to take the draws.
Or you will be going to real jail. Not Facebook jail, for real jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real jail. Yeah.
Where they gonna take your draws. Like,
yeah, exactly. Say,
like
I feel.
I said, if I ever go to jail and I meet a guy named Bubba, I'm swinging instantly. I heard about you, homie. Pow, pow. So I don't understand. I've been seeing this a lot. I don't understand what's going on with China and them buying up all the gold and silver. I understand that. I know people in America were having. You don't remember those commercials? They were like, "Hey, turn your gold into cash." And I was like, hold on. I was like, I know what they're doing. They're plotting on something, because gold is the real currency of the world. But like, they're getting rid of the American dollar, so I don't understand what that means.
It's no longer petrol-backed. Well, it's something that's not, but you see Russia and Brazil and China,
Saudi Arabia,
South Africa.
And South Africa.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see shortly the effects of that.
We can't sanction anymore, so we could be like Iran, right? Yo, if you don't cooperate and stop with this nuke stuff, we're gonna block, your ability to make money. We're gonna, because everything's backed by our money, so we'll take away your ability to make money. So now they've circumvented us. So,
but that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, America shouldn't have gotten into a war with Ukraine, but I mean, that's not my big news. I want to see what Big T's about to do on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got to show up the court on Tuesday.
Yeah.
There might be a spectacle, but honestly, I'm not expecting anything to happen.
I am. I want to watch this motherfucker burn. Not him. I mean the world. The world. I'm so close to Canada. I don't care. I'll be right up there. I got me a little native chick calling me right now. Like, hey, you should come up here. I'm like, I just might.
She's like, come on, bring your bags with you.
Yeah, A. They only say A when they get drunk.
We said we weren't going to do accents anymore. No, but I did hear how he called for, I guess, his supporters, like, I guess, to act on. So he wants a whole January 6th type movement to support him. So I guess I am interested to see if that happens.
Yeah.
I think it is. I have a funny feeling. I think a whole bunch of people that we don't know go riot.
They're gonna act it. They're gonna act it ass, and I'm gonna be here for it. I'm about to take I got Tuesday off. I'm gonna be sitting right in front of the news, eat marshmallows. Like, look at them go. Look at them go. Are they gonna shoot anybody? I don't think so. You know what's crazy? K. Stanley, you had the topic talking about parking lot etiquette, right?
I did.
So, expand on that, please.
I had a parking lot incident, and I didn't behave. I'm not proud of how I behaved, right? But it did get me to thinking.
You guys, K. Stanley honked the horn.
No, I did. I wish that was all I did. But I don't know. I was just having a day, and then just how rude this person was. So I just started thinking about etiquette, right? Because I get, you come out of the store, you sit in your car, you owe me nothing, right? You owe us nothing. However, I do kind of think it's like kind of good etiquette to say, no, I'm not leaving. Wave them off or something.
Wait. Which person were you in this position? Were you the person?
I was the person waiting.
Oh,
and
no.
And of course,
you're
I'm
that person.
I was at Wally World, right?
At Walmart?
Oh yeah.
Okay, my bad. Keep going.
And I was already, I was just feeling some type of way that day, just, and that was like the final straw. And that's because this person looked right at me And I'm like, waving, I got my blinker on and all that, and just the look. And then they got in their car. I could see them like looking at me through their mirror. And then they just proceeded to like get on their cell phone and sit there. I rolled up a little bit. I was like, hey, are you leaving? And they like turned their head. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And I just like put my
Come on, keep going. This is a safe place.
Yeah, I put my car in park, and I was like, there's no reason to be fucking rude. If you're not leaving, just let me know, and I'll keep it pushing. And she was yelling at me in her car, but she didn't roll down her window or get out the car or whatever. And
yeah,
I'm like, I get it. No one owes me anything, honestly. But I was just like, whatever, it just happened to be like, you know what? I'm not leaving yet.
That happened to me.
I'm not leaving yet.
So let me tell you my experience. One time I came out the store with my son. I'm putting my groceries in the car, and this guy pulls up behind me, and he sees I'm putting my stuff in the car, so he sits there and he's waiting, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, oh, you rushing me, motherfucker? I'm like, he's like you did, inching up a little bit, like, hurry up, motherfucker, hurry up. I was like, okay, cool. Locked my car door and went back in the store.
Because fuck them, that's why.
See? I would have rather seen that.
I would have sat there and played on my phone too. You're not rushing me.
I wasn't rushing.
By the time
I saw you put your card away.
Yeah, okay, cool. Now I want to play on my phone. I don't want to text and drive. Check it out. By the whole time
I don't want
you
to
sit
text
there,
and drive.
you could have drove around and found a whole nother spot. But now you won't fuck with me today.
Yeah, straight up. So I had to tell the universe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because that's why I park in the back. Badly.
I don't even, not to knock you, but like when people do that, it pisses me off so much because now everyone's blocked off because you don't want to keep moving. You want that front spot.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Because my foot was fatigued. And I was just like, you know what? It's fine. Oh, you know what? Universe wanted me to have this spot. Thank you for looking out. My foot's tired. I'm not trying to walk. And again, I just feel like I didn't rush her. I smiled. I waved.
You did. Because then, what you're expecting to be like, oh, that person wants my spot. Let me throw all my stuff in there. Hurry up, get out of here, take off. No, they're like, who are you to me? Okay, I just came out the store spending my money. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I'm the other person. I'm like, I'm gonna sit there. I'm like, you know what? I'm a little tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Adjust my radio clock. I ain't done it since the time change.
I'm not gonna say I haven't done that to someone who I could tell who has rushed me off, but I just feel like I was so nice and bubbly that I didn't deserve that, and so it just made me realize people are still assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when they want you to move quickly and get about the parking spot they want. I'm just saying, though. Just saying. That's like when I'm walking in the store, right? And I can feel someone's like walking behind me and they're hella close. I stop and I start looking at shit. And they have to go around me. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that either. Like, don't walk so close to me, bro. Like, this ain't a line. We're not getting into airport security. Like, I'm taking my time.
Where do you stand in the aisle?
Keep your distance.
In the aisle, I take my own side. But if people like come towards me and they're like walking towards me, I'll fuck with them. I'll block off the aisle. I'll be like, no, these are my ice creams. You can't have any. I harass people all the time.
Do you stick to the aisle? So like how we drive in America, where you stick to the right going up?
Yeah, that's how I do in the aisle. Yeah, and if I come around the aisle and I see like a cart coming around and they're too close, I start screaming. I'll be like, ah! I do it every time, and they'll be like, "Boo!" I'm like, "Don't worry, I saw you."
There's my confession of behaving badly. I promise I'll do better, because you're right. No one owes me anything, and ultimately, no one should feel rushed, and I should just park farther.
Yeah,
that's the lesson.
Man,
I
had that same scenario.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I had that same scenario at the motherfucking bank over at Kitsap Federal. That's at Walmart. Always the bad shit happen out at the Walmart Plaza, and my kid was getting some money out, stuff like that. She wanted to check up on a couple of her accounts. She wanted to check up on some shit, so we went to the drive-through, and in that line, there's only like one light, and the other light got taken out somehow. Shit like that. Motherfuckers don't go up in there. I remember last week I went up in there just fine, grabbed some money, went to that line. I was fine. So this person right behind me was like up my ass, like talking shit. And then this old ass lady comes and jumps out the car, like just jumps out the car. They're old and they had a handicap sticker. I didn't really realize it at that time.
Everyone.
Hey, once they have the car, they ain't handicapped no more. The car is. What you want to do?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna make you match that sticker, bitch. What's up?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Take his cane, just be like, ugh.
And as soon as we proceeded to leave, the lady was like, "It's about time." What? So my kid said, "Fuck you." And I'm like, that's what I taught you to do. If any adult disrespect me back. Fuck them.
She's actively doing a transaction.
Yeah, actually doing a transaction, right? And then I proceeded. The dude was talking shit now, and I was like, "Hey, there's another slot open, you fucking moron." And he was like, "Fuck off." I was like, "No, how about you? It's a lot cheaper."
I'd be like, "Bitch,
and
I'll shit on your car," and they'd be like,
"You probably will."
Huh? I will. I'll do that shit. Yeah. I watched a guy shit in a mop bucket in a Subway the other day on Twitter.
What you mean the other day? What
the fuck?
Y'all didn't see the video? The guy was mopping the floor, and some dude, some drug addict runs in there. He's like, goes in the mop bucket, drops his drawers, and just shits in the mop bucket. People are walking by. Homeboy tries to push him. He's like, "Don't touch me, I'll grab it." And he goes back to shitting in the bucket. You didn't see the video?
Oh shit! No, send that to me.
I didn't fucking retweet it or nothing. I mean, like, I was not something I wanted to share with the world. Like, I was a little shocked myself. Like, damn, he really just shit in the bucket. Yeah, he kept it in the bucket
on the floor.
So this weekend,
man, that just reminds me of Jackass.
This weekend, I was supposed to have a kid-free weekend, right? My kid's mom is trying to put her foot down, and so she gonna send me a text message talking about when's my weekend.
You serious?
And I'm like, you bum ass bitch! How do you not know? How do you not know? That's how you can tell you don't come for your kids, because you don't even know which weekend you're supposed to get them. Like, so, anywho, she's supposed to get them this weekend, right? I come home thinking they're gonna be gone. I call them like, "What time's your mom coming?" One kid's like 4, the other one's like 7. I'm like, all right, cool. I come home, my son's here with all his little friends. Psych! I'm like, "Why aren't you leaving?" And he's like, "Well, I don't want to go to my mom's friend's house where she's living at because it's a party house. They let the kids get drunk and do drugs over there."
Damn, I wish I was there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so my son's like, "I don't want to go there because all the other kids get drunk and try to fight me." And I'm like, damn. But my daughter's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to go kick it.
I want to see my mom."
Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna see my mom. So for me, I'm like, I need to drop a dime on the motherfuckers. I'm like, I want to wait till like 9 o'clock.
Really, nigga?
But I'm like, nah. But I mean, like, you want to go by the paperwork and shit. And I'm just like, man, I want to talk about deadbeat parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, because men always get the rap as, "Oh, you're a deadbeat. You don't take care of your kids," right? But I'm looking like this: like, if a woman's on state assistance, you a deadbeat too. Fuck, we talking about here?
Yep.
I'm okay. No, I can't. I can't broad stroke a statement like that. As a person who has been on assistance, I don't consider myself a deadbeat. I consider myself where the structure in which our society has right now, it's not meant to support people who are trying to get out of poverty. Because here's the thing, assistance is great. That's great jump off, right? But then you get penalized if you're trying to, come up out of it. As soon as you get a job, everything gets reduced, or you get it out. Yeah. So I don't think I was a deadbeat, as in I was just like, this is all I'm gonna live on.
You're right. You're right.
And I don't think all dudes, all the fathers out there, I don't think they are all deadbeats. I think there's some true gems out there.
Okay, you're right. Let me say it like this. Let me rephrase it. I think people that decide to live off state assistance and not better themselves.
Okay.
I call that deadbeats. Like,
it's free money.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't be like, "Oh, my baby's daddy's a deadbeat. He don't take care of my kids." But you got 3 kids. You've been on state assistance for 8 years. You don't work. You a deadbeat because them kids. That's a kid's house. That's the kids' food. Like, you've not worked for nothing.
You know what? I'll say this much. Growing up where I was at over in your city, I had a friend I met in 2nd grade. From 2nd grade, actually until now, his mom has never had a job.
Yeah, I know a girl out here right now got like 7 kids, ain't never had a job in her life.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She's popping them up, and the state keeps giving her more funds, and then like as soon as the kids turn teenagers, she popped out another one so she can keep getting assistance and housing.
I read a study about that, and actually a lot of women, because it's like, well, why would you do that knowing that you can't really support all these kids? And it's like kind of what you said, like when they reach a certain age, they no longer need them in the same way.
Yeah.
And they actually kind of thrive mentally off of having someone who's in their life that just needs them and loves them unconditionally.
And then they have a man to torture forever. Also, hey, I don't give a fuck. Look, I basically
y'all tortured yourself. I told you to get a vasectomy, and then this wouldn't be. Look at you, you're shaking your head. No,
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
You can always get it reversed.
If the great Lord Ronald McDonald wants me to have a baby at 86, I will not.
So you're torturing yourself.
And I say this, look, I'm not knocking all women. I love women. Actually, I base all this stuff off one mom that I know. I don't want to say her name. She has eight kids.
Okay.
Raised them all. Not on state assistance, had a job, took care of them all herself. Raised them all herself.
Yep.
So to me, she is the standard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That so it can be done.
I've seen it, and this is in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more money to be made now. There's tons of more ways you can make money now. And so I hold her to the standard. So it's like, you can't be a single stay-at-home mom. That don't make no goddamn sense. So for me, it's like, and the thing that tears me up is that family court, the laws in family court are based off, laws from 1940. And they don't apply to this day. The reason, like, you have to pay child support is because women weren't allowed to get, like, major jobs like that back then.
Okay, and like alimony and stuff.
All that stuff. Yeah, that's all that stuff. It doesn't make any sense anymore these days. They screw dads over so bad. Actually, I wrote a list of things that I would like to change. That I'm actually like in family court. There's a list of things I'd like to change, and I'm going to start a petition to do it because they need to be updated. Because assuming, once again, I'm not attacking women. I'm just saying, having a child is a woman's choice. She can choose to have a child or not to have a child, correct? In some states.
Correct.
In some states.
Correct.
Okay. So, I feel that people agreeing to have a baby together need to fill out an agreeing paperwork before the baby is born to say they both agree to co-parent and financially take care of the child. If the father didn't agree to this child, he's not obligated to pay child support, but may have visitation and or custody since the financial burden usually falls on him.
Yep.
I feel when a child is born, there should be mandatory paternity tests upon birth.
Yes.
Split by both parents, because usually they make the man pay for it. And if the mom has more than two men on the paternity test, she has to pay for all the rest of the testing. Okay, hold on. I'm saying I've been in court, and I've seen paternity calendar, and it would be like one lady, and there was like 7 dudes on there, and she didn't even know half the dudes' last names. It was just like Tyrone Doe. There's a pal in there. One of the pals, shout out to them.
Keep going before I say anything.
Okay. Upon child support request, a default parenting plan should be set in place, and a custodial court date should be determined to determine custody. Men should have the option to take custody of their sons at the age of 10. No extra state assistance if you have a second child while you're already on state assistance. I mean, you if you can be fucking, you can get a job. I'm saying, they should no longer be able to take your driver's license for non-payment of child support.
I think that should vary.
Okay, upon a parent receiving child support, the parent who has custody of the child needs to show proof after 6 months that she can make 3 times the child support received, or the custody should be turned over to the other parent who has the financial.
Man, you thought about this shit so in depth.
Hold on. People can no longer seek back child support. You know what I'm saying? Because usually you can go to court and you can say, okay, I want back child support, and the kid's 4, so now he got to pay 4 years of child. No, it should be child support. Should be, if you get it, it should be right then and there. And then also they should make state-funded childcare that's fully funded.
Yeah, they should.
Created so after the child turns a year old, and the parent doesn't have a job, the child can go to these early learning centers while the parent can go to school or work for the county or the state.
Yeah.
So they can, learn how to financially take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
And I feel Section 8 should only be allowed for able-bodied parents for 5 years. And if disability is created during those 5 years, then you need to file different kind of filing for housing.
That's some good shit.
Yep,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's some good shit. That is really good.
I'm saying it should be equal. Like, think about it. It's like when you get hit as a man, you get hit for child support, right? You'd be like, well, how do I get to see my kid? Because when you get hit for child support, it's not for the child. Come on, let's keep it real. All right.
It's supposed to be for the child.
It's hard.
None of that shit go. Right
now, it costs $45,000 a year to raise a child, just basic needs.
Yeah.
It's $45,000 a year. So that's not counting if you do extracurriculars. If you throw in extracurriculars, those numbers are going to pump up to over $100K per child.
If you're not together, parents should be able to co-parent. You shouldn't have to pay child support to take away from one home to give to another home. You both should have your own home set up, your own jobs, if you're able-bodied, and then everything you should meet in the middle. That's common sense co-parenting, but people don't want to do that, right? So if you're getting put on, a man's getting put on child support, it's because the mom is upset that the relationship failed, he's with someone else, or she wants to get back at him. So check it out. When a man gets hit for child support, what do? You'd be like, well, how do I get to see my kid? Now she's like, now you can't see the kid. So now your man has to go to court, file the paperwork, which is $500. You can get it waived, and now you have to go sit in court. I just talked to a guy. I was in court 4 years ago with the guy, right? And I just saw him a month ago at the hardware store. And I was like, man, how'd your court case go? He said, I just got done with it. $50,000. And the reason he went to court, he was like, the reason I went to court is because I told my kids, I'm going to marry my girlfriend. And he said a week later, he got hit with paperwork for family court. And it was all because the kid's mom was jealous that he was getting married.
Okay.
4 years, $50,000.
I'm not saying that there's any truth to that, but I'm going to be honest. Some of this makes it sound like the woman is being penalized because she ultimately gets pregnant, right? Because ultimately, we've got two consensual people who are aware of what the potential consequence is from that union, right? There's always the possibility of a baby. If you're raw dogging, if you don't have a vasectomy, if you didn't pull out the condom yourself or whatever, but women don't
ask you to use condoms.
So that's on you then. If she says don't use it, and then you don't use it, and then she gets pregnant, you are part of that. It should not just be.
But if she chooses to keep it in her stomach for 8.5, 9 months or whatever,
and we're in a state. No plan B. Hold on, let's not talk tax case yet. But I'm saying like this: if we're in a state where women are still allowed to have abortions, right? We have sex, and whatever happens, she gets pregnant, right? She's like, I'm pregnant, and I say, hey, I'm not ready to be a father. I'm not responsible enough to be a father.
I respect that.
So is it the man that has to step up now? Like, okay, well, it's time to step up and be a man, or can the woman be like, okay, or can I be like, woman, it's time to step up and be a woman, and abort this pregnancy and have a baby with somebody that wants to have a baby with you?
I think that you both can have that thing that's worth a conversation, but I do think that is also part of the problem. I can say that because what you just said, I do, where guys are saying, I am not ready. And then the woman's like, well, you better get ready, right?
Yes.
That is not fair. I'm a mother.
9 months, motherfucker.
I have a son. I would not be very thrilled if a chick did that to him. However, again, it starts with both people having sex and then realize, and only the woman is going to show the outcome of that ultimately. So it's up to her to make the decision that, I guess, if you're not ready, then she has to do something to her body to terminate that pregnancy because you weren't ready, even though you both made the decision to consent to having sex, with the possibility it could lead to pregnancy.
Yeah, well, I mean, also like
the paternity test. I'm not that. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm not on. I'm only way I'm on board.
Go ahead, Casey. Go ahead,
for her to pay, or to at least be maybe half responsible, is if you've got two plus people on there.
That's what I'm saying.
Then she should be responsible for paying half their test, because ultimately they're there because, again, they consented to having sex, which can lead to conception. But I don't think that's a big ask, because
no, not at all, because they make the man pay for it.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, it's your baby, here's a bill. You know what I'm saying? You should split on half, but if there's more than 2 kids, like, she's gonna have to foot the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're like, yo, what? I met her in a bathroom in a nightclub. But also, it's like, I'm not attacking women. I'm just, it may sound like I'm attacking women. That's not what's happening here. You have to realize this will just make it equal. And so all this stuff isn't happening. So it's like, men are being fucking ambushed. Your life is not destroyed because you're getting a child out of it, I guess, if you get to see it. But it's destroying your life for someone else's choice that you have no control over. This way, it makes it equal. It's like, I was in court the other day, and this lady's up, she's like, hey, I'm not working right now. I need more child support from him. And they were trying to charge him. They were trying to add on his COVID extra pay. You know how they're giving you extra money during COVID? He wasn't getting it no more. So they tried to add that on. This dude was sweating. He was like, yo, if you do that, I have $10 left to my name. In my head, I'm just like, she ain't working. Give him the child. Let her go out and get a job because she can work, but I'm not working right now. Why can't you get a job? There's 50,000 jobs out here right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not attacking women. I'm making it equal. Yeah.
Now you're giving me specific circumstances. You're not broad stroking. You're giving me specific circumstances, and that I can get behind, because in that specific circumstance, he is being penalized, because if she's able-bodied and deciding not to work, and then now he has to pay more money because she's not working, you're right. That's not equitable to both parties, because they both consented to having sex that led to a baby, and yet he's having to pay for her because she doesn't want to get a job.
But we're also
all let me punch in this. This was during COVID, right?
Yeah. No. It was after COVID. His pay, it was the COVID money he made, right? And so they're going off your last pay stub. And he's like, no, my job gave me extra money for coming in for COVID. And they tried to tax that on there. Like when they raised my child support, they put my fucking overtime on there.
Yep.
D-Mac,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
This is the point I'm getting at. But during COVID, during the pandemic, if this was in America, you got extra money a week for being on state assistance and having a child.
Yeah.
On top of the stimulus that you got, it was also bigger.
And you didn't have to pay rent.
Exactly. So it really is. That's crazy. The fact that she's asking for more.
Crazy, bro. And I knew the lady. The kid's like 10. You know what I'm saying? But I also like when I said the one part, I was like, look, so for me, I was paying for one kid, I was paying $435, right?
Oof.
For one kid. Plus I'm taking care of the other two. $435 out of my check a month. Now I'm just saying, if I'm paying $435 and you know I have a job, the mother needs to at least show us that you're working too. You can't just sit on your ass and not do nothing and just collect all these checks. That's not how you should raise kids. Because now you're just raising your kids to be on welfare also. At least three times the amount of $435 is, let's say $1,500. You can make that. That's easy money. That's a regular paycheck if you work fast food. If you can't show that you're making enough money to take care of your child, why do you get to keep the child? If I die, then what? Where's the money coming from? Now the state got to pay Social Security and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it may feel like an attack on women, but I'm not attacking women. I love the ladies. I love pussy. Anyways, I'm just saying.
It's the system because you have you're threading in some great points here, because again, where is her motivation to get a job? Because like I was saying before, as soon as she gets a job, right, if she is on assistance, that's immediately cut. There's no transition period as you're trying to maybe get out of debt, maybe try to save up an emergency fund. So should something happen, you don't relying on these high interest credit cards, right? The system is not meant to support that, to actually make you thrive. It's meant to either keep you there and make you in a situation like you're talking about, or
you get comfortable. That's the whole thing. It's like, think about if you have a child, right? Boom. Now they give you emergency housing, you get food stamps, you get TANF, which is an extra check, plus you get child support. You know what's crazy? Now they're taking all this money away from the father to give to the mom, who can do all this stuff for 5 years on TANF without nothing. And now on top of that, just to see your child, because if you don't want to co-parent with you now, because if you're on child support, there ain't no co-parenting. That's just what that is. Now you got to go to court and pay thousands of dollars just to have visitation. It's fucking over a broken heart. I'm saying all the stuff I said, it may seem, I'm not attacking women. That's just will make it equal. And it'll make people think like, man, maybe I don't want to have this baby. Maybe I should sleep with this guy. Maybe I should use one of the 36 forms of birth control they have for women.
Or I should wrap it up. Or maybe I'm going to get a vasectomy because it's reversible.
Who in this podcast, who uses condoms? When's the last time you bought some condoms?
When I was at WSU.
Okay, go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
I only sleep with women that can't have babies no more. I ain't fucking around. Like, I'm dead ass serious. They be like, oh yeah, I can't have kids no more. I had the tubes taken out. Like, woohoo! Because if not, I'm gonna fill your belly button up and make a kiddie pool. I'm just saying.
That's good, honestly.
I told you about the guy, right? The guy that was sweating. They're gonna take his money. I get up there, and the lady's she's thinking I'm there, the one having to pay child support. I'm like, nah. That's her. And the lady, the prosecutor's giving me shit. I'm like, how are you talking shit to me? I was like, she owes me money. I look at the judge. I'm like, look, she already owed me at the time $14,000 in back child support. And you're letting her lower it down from $300 a month that she's not paying to $50 a month. I'm like, what are y'all doing to make her pay the money? And the judge giggled like, nothing. I was like, you serious? Because I got behind. I was on disability. I got behind $400 and they put a lien on me. Like,
And that doesn't
Lean
go both
on
ways.
They put a lien on you. They suspend your license.
Did she get a lien and suspended license?
She owes $17,000. She ain't got shit. She can't even leave the country.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised they ain't put a warrant on her bum ass. She's trying to get disability, and I'm pissed off because they made me fill out the paperwork. So she saw how much money I make. So she's like, "Holy shit, I get almost $1,500 a month."
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because you can see my money on the side of it. Anywho, like I'm saying, and so I'm like, I'm in there, I'm upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's like, shoot, when I was paying child support, as soon as I got a job, that lady was outside with the paperwork. Like, I knew you get it. Fill this out. Thank you. We'll see you in a month. They was on my ass, bro. Threatened to throw me in jail, but they're not doing it to the women. And I just feel like this is like women don't take care of their kids.
Some women. No, a lot of women do. Shout out to all the mothers out there, because I know a lot of them. A lot of mothers, they take care of the kids themselves. Some are on state assistance, but they also work because times are rough. You know what I'm saying? And some aren't on state assistance. And shout out to them. And I know a lot of women, they'd be like, I'm not putting my kid's dad on child support for what? If you want to be in his life, or the child's life, then he'll be in their life. And if not, whatever, I can hold it down myself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Dead ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the ones that just get away with being fucking bitches. I said it. You're hurting your kid to hurt your baby's dad, but you're hurting your kid.
You're really damaging that.
That's
kid.
all you're doing.
You're hurting them because you're hurt, like you said earlier.
Exactly.
And
hurt people.
Yes.
That is Kilo. Say it again for the people in the back.
Hurt people.
Yeah, I agree. We've
Say
all
it
probably
again.
seen it.
Yeah, that's why I hope if Big T gets elected again, because I'm gonna send that petition to him. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I also want to cap child support off at $1,000." Dead ass. Like if you're a celebrity or anything, if you $1,000 is the most you should have to pay.
I would want an itemized something.
Yep.
Let me counter that argument though. So if you're Blake Griffin, right, and you have kids, and now your kids can't go to a regular public school, and granted, it's not the mom's responsibility to.
Why can't they go to public school?
Well, because Blake Griffin's your dad. Like LeBron James, like Ronnie James isn't going to a public school.
No,
because
of paparazzi.
But
it's paparazzi.
His parents are together.
Well, I'm just saying, but like, let's say they were split up. It's also dangerous for him. It creates literally hazard for him to go to public school because you have just any and everybody.
Do him like everybody else. Let him keep his mama's last name. You ain't gotta know. I can understand that, but it's just like Blake Griffin, he's a traveling basketball player. So, but I mean, Usher, he got a residency, but he got custody of his kids. Britney Spears lost custody of her kids. Kevin Federline got him.
She's mentally unwell.
No, she's just like a regular mom with money, though.
No, she is. No, she is.
I see her on Instagram.
Listen, she's got money, but
leave Britney alone.
She is a regular person, and I don't think she's getting the care that she needs. And because she's got money, she doesn't have the right people around her that I think that really care about her. They're all just like, yeah, just keep the money train going. I really don't think she has the support that she needs to get her mind right.
And Britney Spears is not a good dancer. She never was.
No,
not at all.
I'm sorry, Britney, but you know,
I am not
sorry, but
leave Britney
I'm sorry.
alone.
I'm saying, but honestly, it's like
people, Mickey Mouse Club.
People should get together and put a petition together. That's what I want to do to change the laws of family court. It's from 1940. Things need to change. It's 2023. You know, we need to update these laws. And I mean, the major thing is for me, it's like, hey, you asking for, because when child support and custody or a parenting plan is totally different. They tell you that. Right. So when you go there, it's like they're like, oh, child support. We're like, well, how can I see my kid? They're like, we'll go to court, and that's all. It's money and time and money. Yeah. I spent a year trying to get my two youngest kids, and I got them. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm getting child support from their mom is because she set it up, and I had the kids half the time.
And that makes sense that you should get child support then.
I should. I mean, if she was an active mom, I don't need her money. You know what I'm saying? Like, be active. Don't come around every 3 months because you and your dude are fighting. You know what I'm saying? How you getting cheated on from a guy in jail? Anyway.
And that's what it should be about ultimately. It comes back to that parenting plan that you talked about. I do think that's a key. Like, instead of focusing on who's paying for what, let's talk about how we're going to care for the child. Let's make that a priority. Let's talk about legitimate expenses before we just arbitrarily assign a child support number based on what someone's making.
Well, what people should do if you're in a relationship and you're with somebody, what people should honestly do is talk about how if you're going to have a kid, you have a kid and you're in a relationship, honestly, sit down and have the talk. How would we parent if we both split up? No matter how it happened. Someone cheated, you guys grew apart, someone got slapped, whatever. You should honestly have that conversation about how are we going to parent if we split up.
How are you going to discipline? I think that's important things. Are you hands-on? Are you hands-off? I think those are all important conversations. Yeah. What do you value? Because you could have this child and then you realize your values are completely different. You're like, whoa. That's not what we do. And they're like, well, that's what I do.
I'm just upset I ain't got a kid-free weekend right now. You know what I'm saying? It's always just one of them. And it's only for a day. They'll be back. They'll be like, I don't want to be over there. Nah, it's too crazy. 3 months is gonna go by. Someone's gonna get cheated on in jail, and she'll be back. Like, I kind of want to find a prosecutor and write him a letter like, please let this nigga out of jail so this bitch can go away. The only reason she's here is because her current dude is locked up. I told her to go back to her husband, but he's locked up too.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
That's the drama from when for our 20s. What is happening?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Real summer, real hot shit.
Yeah, who's got the energy for that?
Whoever's sitting by the phone waiting for the phone call. Oh no, they do it digitally through the camera. Take a picture.
You have a collect call from.
Blah blah blah.
Mom, practice is over. Come pick me up quick.
Do you accept these charges? Press
yo, I was on that shit. Hey yo, I'm down here, Handy Andy's. Come get me, homie.
Yes.
To accept these charges. Nope. On my way.
No, exactly. Oh, those were the good times. Simpler times.
Simpler times. Oh man.
Yeah.
But D-Mac, I just do want to say I do think you made some really great points, and if you did start a petition, there are several points that I could totally sign off on, because I do think there is a lot of room for improvement as it comes to the parenting, the structuring, how we deal out public assistance, all of it.
The number one one should be made a default parenting plan off top. Because once the default parenting plan off top, if you're asking for child support, they should have a default one where the child is split 50-50. You have to come in before they said, hey, do you guys both live in the same county? Is your kid even at school? No, cool, boom, 50-50 split until we figure out custody. Because usually it's just like the mom's holding on to this child. Now you can't see him. Now you're under the mercy. And a lot of men don't even know their rights. A lot of men think, oh, it's a woman's state. No, it is not. No, it is not.
Yeah.
You go to court and you be like, yo, I want custody of my kid. And they be like, well, who has the money? Who has the financial and a stability to take care of this child? And you can't just be like, well, I sit at home on Section 8, don't do shit, and this guy's working. Well, we know he works. And I'm not attacking women. I'm just saying it seems like it, because that would just make it equal. And since it's not equal, now if it feels like I'm attacking women, take all that shit I just said and put it in reverse. And that's what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because hell, it was hard for me because I had to hire a fucking lawyer to get all my stuff. And at first they went after me and said, we want $800 for child support for one child. And I was fucked with no Vaseline. And I had the run-ins with the law. So they're using that against me. And they're using the fact that I worked at some high-end job, one of the hottest jobs in Washington, but it ain't really all that.
And it's crazy. You and your lady could split at your kid's 6, right? Say the kid's 6.
Yeah.
You could split. She goes for child support and she's like, well, he was never there, never in the kid's life. And you can say, yeah, it was, we were together. And the judge is going to take her side because you don't have any proof to say that you've ever bought the kid anything. And in your head, you're like, why am I keeping proof if we're together? I'm not saving receipts. We're in a relationship. And they're like, well, tough shit. You should have saved some shit. And now they hit you for all 6 years of that back support.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
that's something
when they
that's
talk
definitely
down to
broken.
it, because my checks were getting garnished, and I had to pay $600 a month, while the other party, they ended up getting TANF, they ended up getting all these other things, and they tried to put her in a workshop, but, due to that wonderful thing called CM, that didn't happen. She didn't go and get off her ass and get a job. She wanted to go out and, Crystal, that Crystal.
I don't know, CM, say Crystal meth.
Construction management?
Yeah, Crystal meth. Yeah, Crystal
I'm like,
meth.
Cum muggler? Like, I don't know.
You like cum muggler.
Well,
shit. Here she comes. Owing back child support messes up your credit score too.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
it should, because that was an obligation. It wasn't
I didn't
obligation.
fuck the government. I'm just saying.
Don't worry, I don't qualify for 3.5 times rent anyway.
But just But just to say, I don't
Who
think
does? Like,
if you've been together for 6 years, you break up and then you shouldn't be able to collect that past 6 years.
they'll give it to him. Yeah.
If you can say like, no, here's my address. We've been sharing an address. Then I don't think
she can say, oh, he never supported anything.
But
I took care of it myself. And then the judge will be like, all right, I'm gonna believe her. The women, you know what's crazy for child support? The women don't even have to show up for that shit.
No, they don't.
You don't even have to show up. I was in court and I'm looking like, where is she? Like, oh, she didn't have to come. I'm like, you fucking serious?
I don't know. I had child support ended, and just because I didn't show up, so I'm just like it goes. I think it goes both ways. But just you said something earlier, and I was just like, you know what? If only in the multiverse this is flipped. Y'all are having babies. We're the ones spreading, with the capability to spread seed. You all have to deal with the outcome. And I think ultimately,
as men,
and yes, and I
where's
think
the baby coming from?
It is coming out your ass,
Come here, little shit.
You need to leave.
I can't even fathom. I'm not even gonna play the if game because I got a penis. I learned how to spell my name with P. Like I mean, shout out to women for having babies. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not laying down to have a baby with you. I'm laying down to fuck. What did Drake say? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I know.
No, he also said hot sauce and condoms.
Yeah.
At least we know Jake used exactly
condoms.
It was crickets when he posed that question.
I be finding condoms all over my son's room. I'm like, good son, good. He's like, yeah, I don't want none. No.
That's smart.
He's like, I don't want AIDs or KIDs. I was like, yes, son. There you go.
That's very smart.
Now close your van. I'm going downstairs. Well, this has been an exciting topic, ladies and gentlemen. You guys got anything else anybody want to say? Shout outs?
Shout out to all the listeners and supporters. Continue to like, share, and repost us. We're trying to grow the numbers, and thank you for your continual support.
Yep. Shout out to all the fans, too, that sit there watching it when they get to their JOB or their source of education. Hey, keep on listening. We're doing big things.
Sending lots of love and light to all the listeners. Thank you for sticking with us.
Remember, gentlemen, if you jack off every night, that'll make your sperm count low, and you ain't got to worry about that shit. Anywho, once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen.
No, don't. Yeah, you can do that too. You can do, like what it say? Redman did that shit in that the Chucky movie. He's like, I know that child ain't mine. I had a vasectomy.
He was probably in the best feeling in the world when he knew that.
Because why the hell was Redman in a Chucky movie?
That's a great question.
Shit was a good movie. It was stupid.
Like today, I was thinking about Maury Povich. And I'm like, he's probably sitting somewhere drinking a juice box. Like, I wonder what these hoes is doing today.
Oh my god. Oh, Tardy Talk, and I didn't even get to talk to y'all about that crazy movie about Beyonce called Swarm.
Oh no, we didn't see it. Can we do it next time?
Yeah, we can do it next time. Y'all have to check it out.
Let's watch it first, and then we'll talk about it the next time. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is The Nightly Strange. If you have any topics or any complaints you want to talk to us about, hit us up at thenightly.strange@gmail.com. We might respond, we might not, because we got other shit to do. Anywho, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is The Nightly Strange. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see you next week.
You're welcome to The Nightly Strange. Strange.